I feel like everyone loves music, right? But it wasn't until I was like 11, 12 where I was like, oh, I want to start like learning how to play things, and I just got like super obsessed with it, and then I just never stopped. So it was then that I kind of got into like the mindset of like, I want to do this as like my life thing. But I feel like I've always like loved music growing up. Hey, I'm Beattie, welcome to my London show. Well, it's not actually my headline. But we're playing with Tongue Tied and Indoor Foxes to be sick. Hey, I'm Beattie, I'm an alt rock singer, songwriter, and I live in London.
How would you describe your sound and who you are as a musician?
I would probably describe, I find this one so difficult. I think as a musician, definitely like emotional, like, and I think a lot of my music is quite diaristic. Is that a word? Diaristic, journalistic, all of that. Although the next single, actually Forgotten, feels a bit more like, I don't know, external, I guess. But how would I describe my music? I would say it's got like 90s influences. It's got a bit of like grunge influence, but then it's still got kind of more old pop influences, you know, even like Lana Del Rey is like my queen, I love her, and a lot of bands and stuff, so yeah.
What's your favourite Lana Del Rey album?
Oh my god, that is really difficult. It changes all the time. Like I do love Ultraviolence because I love the guitar tones and like the overall kind of mood of that, but then Norman Rockwell for me is like start to finish is just like just incredible. But
Yeah,
I love all
my
of her. I love all of her albums, but I think Norman Rockwell and Ultraviolence are probably like my top.
Yeah, I think Ultraviolence is the one that sounds sort of most like your sort of music.
Yeah,
like
I think it's like the kind of old rocky kind of like the guitar tones
Yeah.
and stuff. Definitely, like I can hear that influence come out in some of my music. Whilst not so much Norman Rockwell, like yeah, but I don't know. And obviously Born to Die is just iconic. Like from the Paradise Edition, Ride is like one of my favourite songs like ever.
What's your favourite song that you've written and why?
I think, I don't know, that's difficult. I don't know why, like I love Life with Her just because I'm like, it just reminds me of a time in my life, and it's such like a bittersweet song. It's not just like a heartbreak song, it's got like elements of like, I don't know, but, and then I love London as well just because it was my first single that I put out. It was also like, when I wrote that song, it was like a very like pivotal moment in like what I wanted to do as a musician, and also like it just my career and stuff. Like it kind of opened doors. So I think as a sentimental reason, but I don't know. It's hard. Like, I love them for different reasons. So yeah.
Speaking of London, you wrote that as an ode to the city, in which you talk about the duality of living there. Can you talk about the meaning behind it?
Yeah, it's kind of just like there's just something about London that like as soon as I leave, I'm like I want to go back. But it's like when you're here, it can be so like chaotic and so much going on and so overwhelming that sometimes I get this thing where I'm like, I just want to like leave. But actually, I don't know, it's just the best city like in the world, I think.
What's your favourite song to perform live?
I think The Poet I like performing just because it's like the opening one of the set at the minute, and then London's like the finishing one, and it's got like a really cool like strings outro and stuff, so I do love performing that one. I think overall Life with Her I love, I don't know, it's a bit more like the verses are quite short, so it's quite a bit more like instant into the chorus.
What's your favourite lyric you've ever written and what inspired it?
Oh my god, I don't know, like I get so, I'm like, I keep saying like Life with Her stuff, but like the opening lyric of that, you made a picture and sketched it on my brain, like I do just love that because it's kind of just like the feeling of, I don't know, someone like imprinting something on you. So I do love that one. And then in Other Humans as well, there's I Shut My Eyes to Protect the Illusion, and I do just kind of love that one. It's kind of like wanting to like block out like the things that you don't want to kind of like acknowledge about yourself, I guess.
Made a picture and sketched it on my brain. Many people can make me feel this way. Too many times I learned to hide for the shame, but in reality I never should have turned away. But how is life?
What's the hardest thing about being an artist right now that fans might not expect?
I think music is obviously very like, there's so many people doing music, trying to cut through on social media. For me, I think social media is quite like, I've got a very overactive brain, so trying to like find time to like do different things, I just get quite like overwhelmed. So I think that's it. While social media can feel hard, there's so many like good things that also come from it. But yeah, I feel like that's probably the biggest challenge.
You released your debut EP this year. How does it feel now to have music released?
It feels good, obviously, because it's like we were performing for like ages, and I never had like anything for people to like go back and listen to and stuff. So it's like actually starting to release and just move on, and also like leave those songs like not behind, but like, you know, like I wrote them, and when you're sat on stuff and you haven't released it, it's kind of still like quite present, but like being able to like deliver it and like live with it and let it kind of live in the world, I think is also just like quite, I don't know, as like an artist, when you sit on songs for like so long, you're like finally being able to put them out and stuff. It's just like a nice, I don't know.
You filmed the All Gone visualizer on your camcorder with it depicting your take on a bout of depression. It aligns with the song perfectly.
Yeah.
Do you think the visuals you create come to you as you write the song, or do they come after?
I think definitely after. Like that one was actually on such a whim, because I was like, oh, I need like a visualizer, I need to do something, and then my camcorder was literally just there, and I was like, oh, do you know what? I'm just gonna like set it up and like literally just depict. But visuals, yeah, they don't really come to me as I'm writing a song. Maybe sometimes they do, you know, like with London, I kind of always knew what I wanted to do with the visualizer and stuff. I think some things, when they're quite like metaphorical, like Other Humans, so like in my brain it's like, what does that actually look like visually, like what does it look like? It's a tangible kind of thing, it's not just like, you know, my thoughts.
How important is it to have visuals that go along with your music?
I think overall, in like, I know people kind of say this a lot, but like world building and stuff, it's like, I think it is so important to try and build like what it is for people to kind of like latch onto, and like also just feel like emotionally invested in your world, because there's like songs I've heard before and then there hasn't been like a world that connects it, and it's kind of feels a bit more fleeting to me. But it's like when you can create something that people can really like delve into, I think that's when you kind of, yeah, create your world.
Spend all, write it down, 'cause your words mean nothing now. Think it's moving down.
You supported Siobhan Winifred on tour last month. What was that like?
It was amazing, to be fair. I've never actually been on a tour before, and it was like only like a week long, I think, but actually just like being with like your band mates like all week, and like I've never been to Dublin before, and we went there and played there, and it was just so fun. I loved it, and also just like being able to meet people, because I think when everything's like very online, when you're talking to people and stuff, and it's amazing still, but actually being able to like see them, there was like people from the group chat came to the shows and stuff like that. Yeah, it's really good.
Who would be your dream artist to support?
Probably, definitely Lana and Sam Fender, and I know they're already doing a tour, but I would have loved to support Wolf Alice one day. But I think, yeah, Sam Fender probably in terms of like UK artists.
Wish I could be more like a father, less of a screen. Does it keep you up at night?
And You mentioned earlier the WhatsApp group, which now has over 900 of your fans in it.
Yeah.
So you communicate directly with them. How important is it to maintain a relationship with your OG fans?
I think it's so important because it's like those are the people that like give you that kind of belief and like keep you going. I think especially as an artist when it's like very oversaturated like kind of market and it's so competitive and it can feel quite scary sometimes being an artist, but like having fans it's quite like a special thing, like actually being able to communicate like one-on-one with fans and hear what they think about your songs and be able to like run like things just for them. It's like for me it's like the fans are like the most important thing of your journey of like releasing music and stuff. So yeah.
You wanna feel it all, somebody, so you wanna body else and leave me anyway. Why do you do that? Why do you let it go? This next one is called Other Humans. And it's from my first EP that came out earlier this year. It's kind of like about social anxiety and feeling like you're not normal because you feel like everyone can do things that you can't do. But actually, like, I don't know, writing this song made me realise how universal that is.
It's one of my favourites.
I had a dream that my sister was drowning. She blamed the ocean, but I left the tent running. I held my breath as I was trying to save her. Think I was scared that I'm not like other humans.
Your song Other Humans is about social anxiety. Can you explain how this song came about?
Do you know what? The night before, I wrote it in the Cotswolds actually, in a session, and like the night before I was like, what do I want to write about? I was with my manager Taylor, and I did like a brain map, and the night before that I actually did have a dream, but it was actually a tornado, but it says in it like my sister's drowning, but it all came from that, and it was kind of about like feeling confused about like if you're a good person or if like you're like other people and if you're normal, and it's like all of that kind of stuff.
Did it shock you how many people related to other humans?
Yeah, because when I wrote it, it was like I know it feels like quite isolated when you're kind of going through those things, but actually when you start speaking about it, it's like such a universal feeling, like there's so many like professions and stuff. It definitely felt like, okay, I know why I wanted to release this song, and yeah, I think it's just like difficult. Like nowadays, there's so many like pressures, external, internet, and all of that. That it's kind of like I'm like aware of the fact that a lot of people experience it. But yeah, when you are going through things, it can feel like you're like the only person. But yeah.
You've said before that you don't listen to music to be happy and you prefer sad music. What is your favourite song to listen to when you feel really sad?
Probably Twilight by Elliott Smith, or Everything Means Nothing to Me by Elliott Smith.
It's always Elliott Smith.
I know, I'm like a broken record. What else? Even just like Lana though, like Ultraviolence, it's just like, even the song Ultraviolence, it just like really like, I don't know, just hits you. It's just like, I love wallowing in the like self-pity and stuff.
What is your biggest career goal?
I feel like probably so many artists say this, but Pyramid Stage, Glastonbury, even the other stage, I think the other stage that's always the same. I've never been to Glastonbury, I just always watch it online. And I think then opening for someone that's like inspired my music as well was a massive goal, like I said, like Sam, and I think I'd actually be too scared to open for Radiohead. I don't know if I'd actually want Tom York to ever see me play, because it's just, I don't know, but and also creating my first album is definitely a career goal that I love. Like I'm like completely, I mean, can you ever be completely happy? I don't know, but it's like with my first EP, I was actually just really proud of it and putting it out, even like regardless of how well it does or whatever. I think, yeah, career goal would definitely be doing an actual album and pressing it on vinyl.
Do you have a favourite show that you've ever played?
Do you know what? I loved playing Glasgow. I played there a couple of weeks ago on the Siobhan Winifred tour. And my dad is from just outside of Glasgow, so I've always wanted to play there. And actually, just like Scottish fans are just like another level. Like, it was just so fun. I loved it. So yeah, it's probably my favourite show so far.
What exciting things have you got coming up?
Good question. Just more music to release, and yeah, new singles coming out on the 17th. And what else is coming up? Playing another London show next month, and yeah, hopefully just more shows.
What is your new single Forgotten about?
It's basically when I feel like this one is a little bit, like I said earlier, it's a little bit more like external. Like, it's not as like inside my brain, even though it is my own thoughts and like feelings and stuff. It's a bit less like kind of metaphorical. It's kind of just like, this is what it is. But it's basically about when like someone's just portraying so many red flags and like being very contradictory and stuff. And then the chorus is like, why did I ignore those red flags? It's kind of, I should have seen it come in, like, yeah. So it's kind of like what that one is about.
For the last question, I have this little book. If you turn to a random page and answer the question on
Yeah. Oh, this is so cool. Just any page, and it's got to be on the...
Yeah.
Okay. If your life had a theme song right now, what would it be? Oh my god, that is so hard. I feel like my life is very roller coaster right now, but what song feels like that? Do you know what, maybe I would just say Ride by Lana del Rey.
Yeah.
Because I know I said that earlier, but actually that is how it feels like. It feels like this weird point in my like life where it's like, it feels like something could be happening.
Yeah.
Going through some changes and stuff, and it's all a bit like unsettling, but then it feels like, I don't know, hopefully something good is about to happen. Oh, this is so cool.